Ce soir, c'est le balayage de bras. We're working on arm drags. And before we inform it too much, we're going to explore. Alors, on va commencer avec un titre exploration. This is all I want to do. On va prendre des tours. We're going to take turns. One person is going to start off like this. Alors, tu as un main sur chaque poignet. I'm controlling each wrist. My only goal is I want to grab and drag the arm and try to acquire his rear diagonal. Alors, je veux arriver pour 1 second. I get 1 second on his rear diagonal flank, dans le diagonal en arrière. C'est tout. Puis après ça, je vais mettre les mains sur mes poignets. He starts off here, and he's going to try to drag my arm. He's going to try to occupy my rear diagonal flank for about 1 second. I don't want to educate it yet. I don't want to inform it. I want you to explore it. Mais ton partenaire, il va être résistant. He's going to be as resistant as he wants to be. He doesn't want to let you there. So he's going to be like in a porno bathroom. No hands, no hands, no hands, yeah? He's going to be like that as much as he can. Try to keep you away. And you try to earn it. You switch every time. If it goes longer than 30, 40 seconds without success, si ça prend plus que 30, 40 secondes avec sans succès, change. Just for like mercy. And so we get some switches in. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes, yeah? I love it. I love it. Hey, it's 39 with humidity right now. Enjoy it. So we're going to educate slowly. So tip number 1. Premier principe. On ne veut jamais chercher sur le diagonal. Try not to reach across your diagonal, right? So au minimum, on va être prêt et on veut passer le bras. So instead of going here, which is going to make it easy for him to counter my back because I've given him mine, I want to bring it as much as possible to me. He should keep it tight. His elbow should be tight. He doesn't want me to have it, but I also have to be tight. Si j'ouvre mon corps puis il est serré, presque fini, right? If I'm open, he's tight, and now on top of it, I reach, I got nothing. He's going to take me right away, and I won't know what happened. So I want to be pulling. I'm always testing, and I'm feeding that to me. This hand doesn't really want to go much past my center. Je veux jamais aller ici. I never want to go there. It's in line with my shoulder, then I'm reaching too far. And then now he has a chance of taking my back because look from the front. Look how much is open. So I want to be like that. All right, so I'm there. That's where I'm trying to go. Pass it to myself. But you're both trying to do that, so you're going to get educated. Love it. Go. Some of you are doing it already, if you know. Tip number 2 is I never want to use my thumb in opposition. On travaille jamais avec le pouce en opposition parce que tu peux jamais rentrer loin. I can't get in deep. Si tu rentres plus loin, tu vas déformer ton poignet. If I go in deeper, I deform my wrist. Puis il y a toujours un danger pour les pouces, right? There's always dangerous for you. So I want to go in, thumbless grip, but not just a thumbless grip. I would like to come in nice and high. Alors c'est presque comme tu vas frapper avec ton poignet. It's almost like I'm going to hit with my wrist, wrap and pull. That's what I want to see. So when I'm pushing that in, it's tight. If I go just for the elbow, si c'est juste sur le coude, il va juste rétracter un pouce puis tu vas manquer. Maybe just the littlest thing I miss. If I go for a shoulder, I get a little bit deeper, but then I usually get stuck at the base of the lever where he's very strong. I want to come all the way up like that if I can. Hein? Puis en plus, quand tu prends le bras, c'est pas ici. Don't pull it in here. Well, that's what you want. I want to pull it in front of his body, frontal plane. So don't pull him here or here. Pull him right there. Look at the difference. If I go here, I'm stuck inside. We're wrestling. Right? So that's it. Here, I try to pull him there. He can deviate, grab my leg, or maybe I hurt myself. But I pull it right across his front. Now look how open he is. Right? So we're working. That's where I want to be. So I'm already set up, and I'm looking to feed into that position. I'm already locked up like teeth, so I can get his back into leg. Make sense? So up and then across the front. So he's like that. That's right. We can tell who was born in the 90s now. I know. So, tip number 1, we're not cross-reaching too much, we want to feed, right? On veut toujours tirer puis donner le bras à l'autre main. Tip number 2, monkey hand, right? Toujours un main de singe, puis on veut aller si loin que possible, a nice deep monkey hand, puis on va tirer sur le plan frontal. I pull across this frontal plane. Tip number 3, now I want to use my legs. Maintenant, je vais utiliser les jambes plus. So, at minimum, that means a pivot. Let's say I can't be strong in the arm. If I can't pass that, instead of just doing this, I do this. And so now there's a big difference when I pull in, and now it's much stronger when I reach with my cross. Apart from just feeding, right? En place de juste faire une rotation comme ça, not just a pivot, I can play with my height. So if he's super strong, if I just try to pull with my arm, you see the strength I have. If I pivot, you see now I fatigue mostly the forearm. Mais si tu plonges en même temps, tu prends toute son structure. Tenser he is, the more his base gets affected. So now it's easier for me to get. So I should always be playing here when I'm working. I want to see that it's my base that's pulling him, not just my arm. Right? Alors au minimum, rotation. I could be both, right? I could pivot with the other one. If I cross feed, it's all right if I pivot with the lead. Just be careful that I'm not reaching too much with the arm. Keep my elbow tight, right? Garde ton coude serré. Travaille plus ici. But if I plunge, it's even better. Now I'm in a position to counter arm grab. So more base, more root, more gaze. So working from wrist is much more like a wrestling dynamic, right? But now we're going to go into that zone where it can apply in grappling and it can apply against strikes, right? Alors on va aller plus vers défense contre les frappes. On va commencer avec une adresse sur les biceps. So we're going to address the biceps, bicep tie. So it can be bicep, tricep. Même chose. On veut pas travailler avec les pouces. We try not to work with the thumbs. Sometimes when people work or they teach bicep pass, it's very natural to want to sandwich and squeeze like this because it feels like you have good control. But in application, if he's swinging a punch, I'm going to be shielding usually, and then the fastest thing, right après ton bouclier, ça va être juste un main de singe. If I try to grip, I don't really have much strength. And if I start to reach for biceps like that, again, I can get jammed, then I cross a lot of things, and it happens very naturally. You're going to see it's going to start happening to about half of you right now, right? So I want to just see that I'm addressing like this. To make my life easy, when he addresses me, all he's looking to do is hack and push. And again, same thing. He wants to not reach. He wants to sweep and feed. So he gets it. Yeah? So what I'm going to do, at first you can do a few of them where I'm just a little bit resistant. He pushes it into me and he sweeps it across. N'oubliez pas, on veut balayer le bras en avant. Right? It's frontal plane. So when I'm here, if I push it towards his nipple, it's already squeezing like toothpaste across the front. Yeah? That's what I want. I want to be here and I'm pushing it across his front. Make sense? So I can be a bit resistant. He's touching that bicep. He's not trying to take it off my body. If it was inflated, he can push it in, right? Tu peux compresser. Look what happens right away. And now when he cross feeds it, it's much easier to get. So it's all thumbless. Push. Boom. I grab it deep. Naturellement, on veut pas compresser puis rentrer comme ça. A lot of times we choke up our own hands. So when I'm pushing, I push across, and then at that point, I just push that forearm off to make that hole. So I get this hole here, right? So look, I'm pushing, pushing, pushing. Here, I can't enter, right? I have to come through. You'll see it if you jam your fingers, you make a little hole. Just that, back and forth, little horns of the bull, and poof, passing it from bicep tie. So watch what we do. The more you do. So look, all we're gonna do is this. You address the biceps, yeah? Now you're waiting and you're feeling. And to get us ready for hits, all Christian wants to do, anywhere on the perimeter, like the Vitruvian man, you're just going to give a tap about that speed. No Da Vinci Code action. That's it. But you try to go right. Yeah. So now Jordan, as soon as you feel that, you're trying to sweep it. Yeah, exactly. So if keep going. Yeah. And you can even give bigger hooks. Don't work on the inside. Let me show you. Yeah. Because what happens is if I'm this tight, like this, and he goes to pass me, all that's going to happen is he's not going to pass to feed the arm. He doesn't even need to. He's going to pass usually and just take my back. And the whole thing is I'm trying to protect my corner. So what I want him to do is I want to understand how we can drag when somebody's more in this position. So if somebody's working tight, now normally we don't really have an arm drag, we have an arm slip. And he would be in and he would have my diagonal. Does that make sense? You don't really need the arm. It's more when people are attacking anywhere in the jumping jack perimeter, right? So if we watch like that, I let him address my biceps, I'm like that. Now I'm like a drunken crazy man throwing hook punches, yeah? Or just throwing hook punches. And I'm just giving him taps like that, anywhere on the body with any hand at any point. Yeah, and as soon as he feels energy coming, he tries to sweep the arm. Nope, not pass it, sweep it, just like you just did. Sweep it like, exactly, yeah. So I'm giving him that, so sweep it as soon as yeah, exactly, so watch, come. As soon as you go to give me anything, you gotta try to hit me on my arms, yeah, one more, yeah, more, there. That's it, and I take it, and I pull it over. I try to pull, and I pull, and I pull right away. More, and I pull. Has to be resistant, otherwise you won't get anything. And pull up. And pull. Because when he throws a punch hard, it's going to be that fast. There'll be no time, right? So, but now I have to learn exactly where I am, so it'll get me out of the habit of staying here. See? That's what I don't want. I want to be here. And now I'm looking to see when that hand can come over. Does that make sense? So all I'm doing is tapping. As soon as you feel it, you want to pass. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Makes sense? You're finding your opening. When I start punching, it'll actually be a little bit easier in some way. Does that make sense? Yeah? More resistance. Tightly cupped, like that. Yeah. So now if I'm shielding, so les mains vers moi, I'm putting my French reflex towards my head, and every once in a while if I reach, I want to avoid doing that. I'm trying to reach with them. Fingers can be a little bit flaccid, but it's basically I'm trying to do this. All I want to do is not block with my nose. Yeah. So I'm here like that. He's going to be slap, and when he slaps, it's just hooks for now, but it can be any rhythm. He's not going crazy hard. He's just bam, bam to the head. That's it, and I'm just washing the scalp. And in that storm, make sure you're fine, you're seeing him authentically, and see if you can touch his biceps. And when I touch, you'll notice I'm not pushing forward, I'm kind of hacking, just like that. So it's actually my wrist, like that. Yeah. I want to get into that tie. Always trying to break each other's rhythms. Make sense? Just tight. Only time you're going to get hurt is if you do this. Yeah, switch. We'll do 2 minutes and switch. All right, so we just want to apply the skill from many angles. So partner gets inside your haunches. All right. Alors, quand vous êtes en dessous maintenant, when you're underneath, je vais voir comment je peux faire le même balayage. I want to see the same arm drag. So it's up to me. Some people like to control like that with a thumb up grip. Some people like to control like that. It's a question of preference, really. There's arguments in this kind of a grip. You sort of have more finger strength, I find. But some people like to be top down. It's just he only has to defeat your thumb here quite easily. So it's whatever you like. You can take either one just to see. From that position, it's the same rule. I want to cross feed it as much as I can. Sauf que maintenant, j'avais aussi les jambes, right? I have my legs. So if he's, don't let me take this. I want to feed it across. I can use my leg to help scoop, and I can start to pull, and I get it over that position, and I can start to move out to the side of it. That's all I need, and now I start to occupy that corner for sweeps, right? So when I'm working, any position, that's all I need. I get it across the center, I can put my foot out to the side, I can block. So you should be resisting, you should be working. I can have close guard or open, it's up to me. But a good tool is the side I'm dragging on. What I want to do is stomp, right? Mettre ton pied comme un ancre, un racine ici, puis je peux déplacer. I start to displace, so now as I take it, it's already to my side. Now I can take him and get to his back. So again, I'm working, he's quite strong. I support it, I start to take my hip, he knows it's coming, but I'm using all of this to pull over to the side. Now I can take to the corner and get out here. It's up to you what you do now. You can hold on, you can grab, you can come up, there's all sorts of sweeps. But all I want to do is get the corner for now. 2 minutes, même personne sans arrêt, yeah? Let's go. Almost done. Just like that. Now my hands are always on his chin, and I'm always on his shoulder. So now notice how Giordano's nose is coming out to the side. Now, I don't want to, a lot of people do this to the back. C'est pas cet mouvement-là, c'est cet mouvement ici. I want to rotate. So when I'm here, I can barely have his chin. Is this for your neck? I barely have it with one finger. But now I pull it to the side. If I go back, my elbow gives me a lot of power, but that elbow is really only used, resist your head, I use my elbow, je utilise le coude pour ajuster mon main. The elbow gets the neck into position so I can grab the chin. Then the hand pulls the nose out. Here he's not in too much pain, but as soon as I put antagonistic pressure here, he feels it right away. He will now demonstrate. So watch. He gets an underhook. He gets my chin strap. So all he wants to do, get the chin strap. All he wants to do is keep his left hand there, garde ton main gauche en place, lève ton coude, elbow lifts, and now he drops that in a little bit, and I will fall. Now je suis ici, and go here. So watch. He's in that position. He just wants, if he leans back with the elbow, you got good compression. There's no pain. So let's say his grip is like that, he can barely grab. Tu vas compresser le coude pour améliorer ton main. Squeezes the elbow to get that better. So watch one more time. I'm gonna resist, I don't want you to get it. Better. Now at the same time, I'm gonna resist even more. Grab my shoulder with your left hand and pull it apart from the elbow. Yeah, so now if he keeps that and he moves me over 1 centimeter, that's the power. All his weight's on me, He's got me in a traction state like a bow and arrow. It shoots there. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Enjoy it. So, si tu travailles pour ton encalure, ton balayage, par exemple, I'm trying to get a sweep, or I'm trying to get bicep, I'm trying to get underhook. As soon as I go for an arm drag, he'll protect arm drag, and he'll give me underhook. Instead, je cherche le crochet, when I go for the underhook, he gives me arm drag. Right? So as soon as you know what's coming, you're gonna obviously defend in the drill. So now it's like I want an underhook, he doesn't want to let it happen. Alors si tu peux pas rentrer, if I see it's jammed, right away I'm just gonna go to my arm drag and try to pass. That's what I'm looking for. I'd like to get to this position, yeah? So I'm looking for underhook. If I can't get it, I would go to arm drag. But once I get my arm drag, instead of doing it this way, I'm gonna pass, instead of here, I'm gonna pass just tight. And I'm gonna look for a Russian 2-on-1. So this is even easier to get, because if I'm looking for underhook or looking for a deep arm drag, I usually get the deep arm drag if I want it. But if he's super good at both, then I just have to get cross grip like that. And once I have cross grip, it's much easier for me to move to the side and get into this position. So both are good, right? Some guys will be open to this at some times, and if he's not available for underhook, and he's not available for arm drag, I grab wrist and I give my 2-on-1. So this is all, I can go slowly if I'm not used to it. Feed the grip, bottom fingers, seal it up. Lock the retraction. So c'est son voie de rétraction, je vais occuper cette voie. Right? And now from this position, I'm going to go up. I'm going to lock it. Quarter Nelson, that's all I want, or we call it overwrap and pike. Yeah, so we have our underhook and pike, we have our overwrap and pike. C'est pas important si son bras ici. His arm, if I do it from here, his arm will arrive there. Dans cette cas, c'est déjà là. Right? In this case, it's already here, so I don't care. And I just go from here. So watch again. Go nice and slow. It's a good one. You do as slowly as you want if you're exhausted. That's all I'm looking for. And then from here, I occupy. Now, I would normally be right here, but I don't want to block your view. So I'm working, and then this hand goes up. And as it goes up, I need it. So from that position, all I'm going to do is keep that closed with pressure. Plonge la tête, I plunge the head down, lève son coude par ton coude. And he'll go. If you want to keep him, you can go right into a stockade right away, or you can just cross body, hit, whatever you want. One last time. Start off in the hand fight, feed the wrist. 2 sur 1, bonne pression perpendiculaire, good perpendicular pressure. Up, I'm up, drop it, and as soon as I'm here, lift that elbow, crank it, and do whatever it is you want to do in this position. I like the stockade, yeah? Back and forth, nice and light. Enjoys it.